raise your hand to take to do that. And I'm glad to see the law director here, and the oath that she took to perform her duties as the law director and advise this council as well as administration and the citizens of this community. So, have said that, I listened to you very attentively during my time sitting here. And I am cognizant of what the auditor, Yokes, said, waved the little form in front of us. To me, that's bribery of the city, to try to focus us into accepting annexation or whatever to another city. Secondly, it is incumbent upon administration, this council, and even us as residents to see and to do, first of all, there must be a plan has been put in place. And I don't know whether the plan is being followed. But then when we say about the fire department and the police, and I know there was but let's deal with the fire department, and maybe you can address that or you can. That there was a court order, a mandate that they have minimum mandate. That was passed court. And I don't think that we can usurp that. The fire department plays a pivotal role in this community. They play a greater role than the police, because we can't take a fire hydrant, take a water hose and put out a fire if we have it. It affects our insurance and everything else as a fire department. But then when we have, it's incumbent upon the elected officials to set a plan, which we are under the auspices of the state now, as far as our finances is concerned, to come up with a plan. And then when I sit back and hear the plan, what have we, I want to know, and the mayor should be here, he's supposed to be here at every meeting, and there are all the things as well. And we don't really have a mayor. We need to, I know the citizen can do that, go back and maybe change some of that $40,000 that he's getting and give him $20,000 until which time he could perform his duties as the mayor. And I'm just speaking here. And secondly, and let me just, I'm coming to the end in a minute. And that is, some of the position, the council has the authority to look at the positions and seeing whether they are needed or not needed, or they play a pivotal role. There are two plays a pivotal role in the city. That's the fire department and the police department. And I don't want to name what position should be looked at. It is incumbent upon this council to do so. Secondly, it is incumbent upon administration and this council to contact the state. And you have to do it collectively, not one doing this and that and doing that, going this way. You must speak as a body that the needs, not only to the state, our congressmen, what have you, monies that we can get. You have to explore it. Sitting here on your posteriors doing absolutely nothing. Yes, the city is going to fall apart. It appears that nobody is doing anything in reference to trying to bring revenue, business into this community. And so, Mr. Finance Director, question to you. It seems that you are getting on board with annexation, which you're saying the finances of the city. And I I have a problem with that, and I know you, yeah, no, but I guess you're back full time or whatever.
No, I'm not back.
Just 2 days?
3 days.
3 days?
Yeah, you legs tired too.
So, let me ask you a question here, and I want your honest opinion. Do you feel that you can do an adequate job, finances of the city is working 3 days a week? Because the law requires a finance director full-time, which the mayor cannot hold. He cannot hold this position as well. There's 3 positions he cannot hold and deal with. You've been the sworn finance director of the city. So I want to hear it coming from you. Can you adequately perform your duty well within 3 days for the finances of the city is concerned?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
You know, I was very fortunate that there was a young man that worked here when I was here in 2012 that had quit and came back, who's very competent. I had to beg him to come back. I begged him on several different occasions to come back, and he wouldn't come back. But he's back now, and he's a very big help to me. So him and I work hand in glove, and we are able to at least keep everything together. Could I do more if I were here full time? Probably, but you know, I'm trying to keep the ship afloat.
And
Couple days.
And I appreciate
We got a line behind you, please.
For real.
and
I mean, come on.
Couple days. There'll be room for conversation after.
Talk for
And
7 minutes.
Everyone else coming up behind him, please, if you have a question or topic of discussion for the finance director, okay. If not, we can let him go.
No,
He's been kind enough to stay
mine
this
is
long.
perfect, right?
He's only, what you say, 2 days a week, 3 days a week? So he's been kind enough to stay this long. So if you have one, come on.
Yeah, right. Okay, major question. Go back to my notes. We said the compensation for eminent domain. Have we ever figured out how much that was acquired for the properties for the eminent domain?
$261,000.
$261,000.
Okay, that was answered off that book. Get your ink pen out because we're ready to go down the list. Bond retirement, line 3310 for the fire department. Need an answer on that. 2213 fire pension. Need that one answered when you get a chance. Line item 4415 permanent improvement. I need an answer on that. What is the line item 2260, the CDGB? What is that?
CDBG.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Oh, community development. Oh, really? Where's that? We'll get that one out the way last. Sewer cap impediment. You know anything about that yet? That's line item 5550. And let's see, we'll get down to my last 2. What happened to the Heron Road money? And how much was that in total? So you said finance questions, I need to know.
Those are finance questions.
I need to know what happened to that money. And then, let's see, why we can't take away all these dummy positions that were, like we said, what was the thing? Public safety, I thought that was police all the time. We'll need to change that. All the deputy positions, are we done with all the deputy positions? Because I want to know if we took them ever off the line items.
Yes.
So, okay.
Well, first of all, I don't know about eliminating deputy positions because I don't know what you're talking about. But, I'll try to go in order. The bond retirement fund and all of these funds are established for a specific purpose. So in the bond retirement fund, the only thing I can do is pay debt service with those funds. I cannot pay salaries, I cannot switch that money around to do any, only thing I can do is pay debt service with that. We have an outstanding loan, the only debt that we have is an outstanding loan with the Ohio Public Works Commission. And we pay about $92,000 a year on debt service for loans on some improvements that were done some years ago. The 4415 is the Permanent Improvement Fund. The Permanent Improvement Fund, in theory, is supposed to be limited to expenditures on capital items that have a life expectancy of 5 years or more. The state auditor has allowed us to be a little bit more flexible with that because of our financial condition. And so we've used a lot of that money to fix a lot of stuff that's constantly being broken. You know, the 2 trucks that were stolen,
Okay.
I mean, we just have all kinds of needs to, that we need to fix. I mean, our fire trucks are in constant state of repair. Our EMS squads are in constant state of repair. Even the ones that were donated by other communities, you know, when those communities give them to us, they're not in tip-top shape. So we're constantly repairing those things. All of the equipment that's done at the service garage is old, and we are constantly having to fix those things. You know, we got to replace the roof on this building. The roof blew off of this building.
Okay, but
So
go ahead.
that's what we do with 4415. The sewer capital improvement, that was a fund that was established to do sewer projects. But those dollars don't necessarily mean that we have that kind of cash laying around to do that. That's why we have deficit funds too. So, you know, every one of those funds are established for a specific purpose. And the fire pension, police pension, that's all we can pay on those. And there's a certain amount of the property tax that's allocated to police and fire pension. And that's all we can spend that money on is police pension and fire pension. So, I don't know about dummy positions and the other stuff you're talking about.
Oh, I got one last one. Got one last one. The street fund, line 2210. I thought that was covering these service vehicles, salt, asphalt, because you get 2 stipends of that. Am I wrong or am I right?
It is. Yeah, it's covering part of that. It's covering
Unhappy
buying
prison.
salt, buying pothole patchworks. You know, and now we've moved the entire service department, their salaries down there too.
Okay, we'll take the young lady, and this will be the last question. You had a question directly related to finance?
Very directly related to finance.
I did, and I couple of statements on that.
If
Speak
you
up.
could just ask your questions, and then you can make your statements at the end of the meeting. We still have room for that.
Okay, well, my question is, my name is Peter Said, and not enough of you know me, I'm a former candidate for East Cleveland City Council Board 3. I've been got in an accident, like right in the middle of the campaign, and I've been recovering something on the side. I don't want to feel like I've been helpless all this time. It just swells me just to listen to all this stuff. Like I could really help. I really help. And if I can help, I put all my effort in it. But right now I'm in some legal battle right now. But definitely, please don't hesitate not to, give me help. Because as a matter of fact, I did, Mayor Norton, he did tell me that something I did had helped when I had contacted the President of the United States. And shortly after that, there was the issue with Cleveland Clinic allotting $20 million, which, that's another issue. But anyway, as far as you were concerned, I was wondering, I was listening to your statement about how, the monies, there was a lot of cuts and everything like that. And I was wondering if, I don't know what you had sent, the letter you sent to the state about trying to get that rainy day fund, but if the information he has was presented to the state, if it hasn't already, I think what he just said if it's presented to the state, it would give a bigger picture of what the problems that we have in the city, and maybe they'll consider it, especially if it gets into the media, you know. So, I don't think that that should be just something that we know. I think that should be something that the state should know. That, you know, of course, we got these problems and we have, we've been making all these cuts, and this is the reason why we need this money. So if it hasn't been done, I think that's a good way of doing it. And another one, the other thing I was thinking of, when we were talking about the $10 million that was offered for annexation, it reminded me so much of this movie called Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. I don't know if anyone has seen it.
Wounded Knee.
Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. It's about the Indians and their fight. I actually read the actual book. It was horrible, but in the movie, it was the settlers had offered so many millions of dollars for the Indians' land. They really couldn't do anything about it. They pretty much used their own people to try to support the fact that, you know, they had this money for them, and they had to accept it, and eventually they took the land away from them. So, okay, that was my question. Also, I just had some say something. I thought that, you know, I don't think that we should give up. I think there's still some hope, you know, left, you know, and also think that even when it comes to the fire department, police department, that even if they don't have enough personnel, they get these young people from Shaw or Kirk Middle School. I know they're like wow and everything, but
It's illegal
but
with that.
you know, somebody that comes, you know, when I was a kid, there was fire department and police department came to us and taught us about prevention, drug prevention, stuff like that. It really affected me positively for over the years. It could affect somebody, even if one child didn't come in here. You know, I noticed that I had seen one person come in here, one of the students, but if we have a whole classroom, the teachers support these kids coming in here, they can have a better, they'll be the future for us, you know.
Totally agree with you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, young man,
You didn't answer my question.
Okay, hold on. Okay, come back to your question. Young man, please, state your name.
Evening. My name is Lee Jordan. I'm just recently started coming to you guys' city council meeting. To the chair. This actually goes to the finance director and to Ms. Wilhelmina, law director. I just wanted to know, how much would it be to bring in the sheriff to patrol? Would that help alleviate most of the problem with the salaries with the police officers?
It did that once.
I know they did that as well.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking, can we explore that option again? You said we need some options before 2017, so I'm asking, is that something that can be done legally and financially?
Well, I think can it be done? Yes.
Yes. It's a cost.
But there's a cost involved.
Financially, how much would it cost the city to, or would that be something that you guys will have to go into negotiations with the sheriff with and the county executive?
Those are decisions that would have to be made by the county executive more than likely, or the sheriff or the sheriff.
Okay.
And, you know, that's above my pay grade.
Okay. Well.
I have no idea what that would cost.
Okay.
Because you're talking about replacing them with full-time police officers.
Correct.
So I would imagine they get paid as well, I mean, or more than East Cleveland police officers.
Okay.
So
then my other question would be then, to the law director, would it be possible to have most of the police officers that's on the force to be auxiliary officers? Is that something that can be legally done to save on?
Free to work for auxiliary officers.
Yeah, I know that some of them do work, well, they do work for free, but I mean, we in this crisis, and I mean, within the next year, they're gonna be out of a job pretty much, so.
At least if they were laid off, they would get unemployment if they just
Okay.
were titled auxiliary.
We used to have auxiliaries and and all of them are now gone. And as far as the sheriff department came in here years ago because we asked them, but we were so low, you know, it was a area that it really wasn't safe. So they came in, they come in here now and pick up individuals on warrants.
Correct.
So, I mean, that's something that we could explore again. Nobody really knows how much it would cost, but the safety level would have to be of such that we could ask them to come in and provide a safety, a level of safety supervision.
So what is the force standing at this present time, and what do they have to drop to in order for the sheriff to come in to make East Cleveland a
That's
safe
that-
city?
That I don't know.
Say it again?
Can't discuss how many police are on the street.
No, what is the entire police force, like,
No, he's talking about what is the safety level that would have them to come in. What safety level would you have
Okay, I
to
see what you're
drop
saying.
to get that? I don't know, honey, we'd have to look at that, but I definitely would look at it.
okay, well, thank you.
Thank you for
Just
those
ask
good
the-
questions.
we didn't ask the-
So look, I'd like to thank the finance director. Well, we're not done, but I just wanted to let the finance director know
No,
he
you
needs
didn't.
to go.